Hello everyone, today we'll be watching this video of making egg fried rice. Now, I happen to be a big fan of egg fried rice. I think it tastes good. So I'm going to pause this video when I think it would be helpful to have some input.
Making egg fried rice from beginner to pro.
Okay, so you'll notice he already is saying from beginner to pro. So if you're a beginner, I'm assuming he means chef, I think you're going to get a lot from this. And if you're a pro, you might not even have to watch this video, but there might be a couple things, a couple little tips or secrets that maybe you didn't even know. So, oops.
Yes. Making egg fried rice from beginner to pro. A beginner, we start with what all fried rice consists of. Day-old cold rice and beat.
Okay, I don't know if all egg fried rice starts with day-old eggs. I think that's what he said. I don't think he said day-old rice. I've made it with eggs that aren't a day old. They can be, a week old, because they're just sitting in the carton in my fridge. But I guess, we'll see what he does with it. That's the important thing.
Eaten eggs. Eggs then rice added to a ripping hot pan with neutral oil.
Now I was under the assumption that this was actually a wok. I don't know if that's considered a pan. It may well be. If I'm going to place myself from beginner to pro, I would say I'm more in the low intermediate stage. So, what do I know? Again, this is, if you know how to cook pro, as the video suggests, then obviously you're very knowledgeable about the kitchen and cooking food. So I'm just going to throw that out there, and maybe he'll explain in a little bit.
Finish with some soy sauce, sesame oil, spring onions, and a sprinkle of MSG if you have it.
Okay, now this is, we're going to get controversial here because MSG, right? Now I used to think that MSG was like, the devil's dust. And if you ate it, your heart would explode, your lungs would leak liquid, that kind of a thing. But as I've grown up, I've realized that what it is seasoning. So kind of interesting, the way that paradigm has shifted. Let's continue on here.
Delicious as it is, but intermediate goes one step further, starting with combining the rice with turmeric.
Okay, so now we're kind of at where I am at, which is intermediate or low intermediate. So this will be interesting. We'll see if he does it the way I do it.
White pepper and the beaten egg mixture before cooking, so every granule gets a crispy egg coat.
So you notice he used the word granule there, and that was a good choice. I think that's a smart word, a very smart word. I've used it a couple times, and he's totally right. By the way, you want just like a tiny granule of that seasoning, that salt, whatever he said in there. You don't want to do too much. And so I'm already liking this. This is already kind of, following along the path that I usually take. So.
Then frying off garlic, ginger, chili, and white spring onion for an aromatic base. Adding the egg and rice mixture, then drizzling in dark soy sauce, sesame oil.
Oh, okay. So he used what he calls dark soy sauce. Now I was under the assumption that all soy sauce is dark. And of course I'm referring to the color there. But, if maybe you have that in your store, you could send me a picture of what a dark soy sauce looks like. Maybe I've been using light soy sauce my whole life and just didn't know. So already I'm learning a lot, even at the intermediate stage.
MSG in the green ends of
MSG again. That's interesting. I've noticed there's a common kind of key ingredient here other than the egg and the rice. So I'll have to try that,
spring onions. Doing it this way just adds that little bit more depth to the dish. Now, pro, we start with...
Wow. I mean, that looks delicious. In a way, it kind of looks like, what do you call that on the playground? Mulch. But I'm sure it tastes amazing. I mean, intermediate, that's got to be a step above beginner. And now I'm assuming we're going to go a step above that into pro.
Separating egg yolks from the whites, beating them and adding them to a piping bag. Heating up...
Wow. Boy, was I right. I mean, a piping bag and everything. I don't know exactly what that is. It kind of looks like an icing bag to me. Maybe it's the same thing. You pro chefs might know. But yeah, he is really stepping this up. So we're beating the egg now. That is, I mean, talk about next level stuff. Let's continue.
Some oil in a pan and drizzling the egg yolk mixture in for this delicate floss.
Wow, that delicate floss. I mean, it looks disgusting. Again, it looks like, mucus, but I can't imagine what that tastes like. I mean, that, I'm kind of salivating just watching this.
Deep in flavor and unique in texture. Then frying off our aromatic base like before, adding in our rice, egg floss, drizzles of soy sauce, sesame oil.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you'll notice that time he actually used regular soy sauce and not dark soy sauce. So that might be important to mention. Of course, a pro might already know that, but you know, just throwing that out to everybody like me who might not be so experienced in the kitchen.
And a sprinkle of MSG. Tossing in some spring onion green ends and using some of the white ends to make a curly spring onion garnish.
Wow. That is just going to look amazing on there. I like, think about that. A white onion garnish of the springy ends. You know what? I'm just going to press play because I need to see this.
Super tasty, but if you're making fried rice for just a side dish, I'd
Okay, I looked okay.
be more than happy with beginner. Making egg fried
Wow. Okay, so he's kind of showing his humility there. He'd be more than happy with beginner if you made that for him. I think that's very good of him. You know, a lot of people who are at the beginner stages right now might not move on to pro, but really at the end of the day, it is the thought that counts. You know, it's the soul of the dish, and if it's made with love, it's always going to taste good. So that was, you know, that was pretty good video. I feel like I've got some more confidence when I'm making my egg fried rice now. So, you know, please be sure to like and subscribe. This guy's name is, oops.
making
His
egg
name
fried
is,
rice.
okay, stop that. His name is Joe Ox. So thank you, Joe Ox. Love this video. Love this egg fried rice recipes. You know what? I am definitely going to be trying that. Okay. I am definitely going to be trying those out.